At some point, they're going to have to hold Christina accountable for her actions. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review of Life of Chester for General Hospital, December 2nd, 2024. Okay, y'all, so first things first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's episode down below. Also, let me know how do y'all feel about Molly and TJ. I said technically they didn't break up, right? Okay, so we're going to start with Drew, Jason, and Carly. Basically, Jason was telling him that he wanted to talk to him about moving into the Quartermain so that he could be with Danny and Danny could be with the rest of the kids. Drew was like, as soon as you move in here, me and Scout moving out. And he said something. What did he say? He said they was going to Washington and him moving in is just going to push it closer, push the deadline closer or whatever. So I said, I wonder what Scout was talking about then. Because didn't she say, he said that it was okay if she stayed, he'll just commute back and forth or something like that. But yeah, Drew was being petty, basically. Long story short, he was being petty. He was saying how if Jason moves in, him and Scout leaving, they not going to stay there or whatever. Then Carly overheard the conversation. I wonder what she was doing there, because she didn't know that Jason was moving in there. Maybe he texted her and told her to meet him there or something. But Carly was basically telling them they need to drop this feud. If they can't do it for themselves or their kids, then do it for Sam. Then do it for Sam or whatever. So she ended up convincing Drew to stay or whatever. But he says that Jason has to promise that he not going to resort to violence or something like that. I said, you scared, ain't you? I said, you scared, ain't you? Before he agreed, didn't he say something about Jason can't leave Danny there or whatever because as soon as he move in, they leaving? I think that's what he said. But yeah, she ended up convincing him to stay. He just wanted Jason not to resort to violence. They agreed. But I said, now with Lulu awake, I said, I'm sure she going to want her child somewhere with her. If Scout does end up going with Lulu or whatever, I said, well, things will work out then. Jason would just have to get Danny because Rocco would go with Lulu and Dante or whatever, and Scout would go with Drew. So Danny will be left with Jason. I also think that Drew said something about how Jason abandoned his child. And I said, how you gonna talk? Sir, instead of consoling or comforting your daughter, you gonna start sleeping with your nephew's wife. Like, how are you the one to talk? And with Rick and Alexis, I said they both had valid points. I like that she held him accountable to his actions because he running around talking about they need to pay and Christina be doing this and doing reckless stuff and yada, yada, yada. And I said, don't you supposed to be in jail? You supposed to be in jail too. I said, how you gonna talk? But yeah, I'm glad she holding him accountable or whatever. But I'm also glad that he holding Christina accountable. He was telling her, if you was doing this case or whatever, if it wasn't about Christina and all this other stuff, like basically you would have did the same thing. You would have seen that it was just a tragic accident. And it was. I think I got to re-record the part. I was talking about Rick. I think the spoiler said something about he's supposed to explain himself to Molly about why he took the case and why he did all that on the stand or whatever. And I said, well, technically he is right. Christina went over there. She didn't have to do that. She didn't have to do that. But I don't know when, but I know it's this week that they're supposed to make their decision or whatever. But yeah, Alexis felt some type of way because Rick went after Christina. She was bringing up his feud with Sonny and everything. He's trying to explain to her he was just doing his job. But if they both got hurt or felt some type of way because of it, then that's a bonus. I said, he don't be caring. He definitely don't be caring or whatever. But I said, he right, though. Christina did not have to go over there. She chose to go over there. That doesn't mean she needed to get pushed out of the window, but she didn't get pushed out of the window. That's the whole thing. I wish they had did a full-blown flashback of everything while Christina was on the stand, while he was talking to her and everything. Well, not talking to her, the way he was going off and just interrogating her and everything. I feel like that was the moment that they should have had the flashback. And we should have seen 100%, this is what happened or whatever. But I will say the whole Christina and Sonny conversation, I'm confused. I am confused. What they be saying, I am confusion. That don't make sense to me, but I'm confused. Like, was he saying that he's going to get revenge if the jury decides that Ava's not guilty or what? Then he keep trying to get her to come work for him. And I was like, okay. He said, for Corinthos coffee, but we know he don't be selling no doggone coffee. Well, he do, but at the same time, that's a cover-up. So I was like, she going to be involved in the business or what? But yeah, I'm confused by that conversation. I know that she was asking him to be honest, tell her the truth. Like, did she mess up on the stand or whatever? And I think she also asked him about, was she at fault? And I said, you was at fault. That's why you was over here breaking down and saying, like, it wasn't my fault and I did love her or whatever. That's the second time she did that. Remember at the grave and then on the stand? But yeah, she was telling Sonny that, what did she say about Alexis? I don't know if she was saying that Alexis felt differently or something like that. She just want the truth for him because she feel like he's gonna be honest or something she said. But he wasn't honest. He told her she did good on the stand. I feel like she did better than I thought she was gonna do. But I still feel like he got her towards the end. I feel like he got her towards the end or whatever. But yeah, I said, why won't they hold her accountable? Why won't they say what Molly been saying, what TJ been saying? You shouldn't have went over there. She told you not to go over there. You went over there anyways. That doesn't mean obviously that you thought you was gonna go out the doggone window. But I know you remember by now that you tripped over that bag. I know you remember that part. Then you got Molly and TJ. I was like, look, I felt they scene. Then when he left out and he got down by the door and she got down by the door, I said, oh, I feel bad for them. I'm hoping. Look, I was hoping that they ended up sleeping together or something, and then they end up with a baby, or either that lady, Andrea. That was her name, right? Y'all remember? I was trying to remember her name. Wasn't her name Andrea? I'm hoping that they find out through some way that she got a baby. Maybe she showed at the hospital. Maybe the baby have a medical crisis or something like that. Because if Christina was about to have the baby, I know that she should have been had her baby as well, right? Way before Christina. But yeah, she was acting suspicious. Hopefully they get that baby. But at the same time, didn't Molly kind of say her truth? Hasn't she been saying her truth this whole time? I seen a comment where people was talking about how they didn't even want kids really at first. They just wrote that in there. And I said, I will say, even after they wrote that in there, remember how Christina brought up how, they wasn't coming to the appointments. They missed it. They had to work and all this stuff or whatever. They didn't know that she had this doctor appointment. They missed it. They thought that the other person went and all this other stuff. I was like, well, even when they wrote that in there, they still was acting like they wanted to be parents. TJ more than Molly, obviously. I said down the line, he definitely showed that he wanted that baby. He definitely did. But I was trying to remember. Remember, she thought she was pregnant, and then she went to the test, and it was confirmed that she was not pregnant or whatever. Like, I can't remember if she said in that moment that she wanted kids or not. But yeah, basically when they got in, they started talking about everything that happened in the courtroom. So I thought he was going to just officially say, this is Christina's fault. But he ended up saying, Christina didn't have to go over there, but Ava shouldn't lay her hands on a pregnant woman. So he held both of them accountable. I will say that. But yeah, I thought they were just gonna talk about that. Then he started talking about, having another baby. And I said, what make you think if she hasn't even fully agreed this baby that she lost, that Christina lost for y'all and everything? I said, why would you bring that up? But at the same time, it's like it was bound to happen. If y'all both want different things, if she has made it up in her mind that she no longer wants kids, want a baby, or nothing like that, then y'all got to part. Y'all got to part your ways. Because if you decide to be like, okay, because first of all, what's it called? Like, he want marriage and she didn't want marriage and he compromised for her. Now he want kids and she don't want kids and they didn't break up. That's what it didn't look like. I don't think they broke up. They just want two separate things. And I said, okay, is they going to do the same thing where somebody compromise again or what? I feel like there are certain things you shouldn't compromise on, and there are certain things you should. But, people have been like, they don't want kids or whatever. Then they, saying they just didn't want kids with the person they was with. So I was like, no, she gonna go. People are speculating that she's gonna go sleep with Dix, and then she's gonna end up pregnant with his baby. I said, that'll be so messed up. That'll be so messed up, but there'll be soap opera as well. There'll definitely be soap opera. But yeah, he was telling her, down the line they could talk about having another baby. I said, y'all just starting to fully communicate with each other, because she revealed to him that she been talking to other people about it. And he was like, but you can't talk to me about it. But he ended up saying he was going to stay somewhere else. He went outside the door. She went by the door. They both broke down crying and everything. Laura and Lucky. Y'all remember how we was talking about how Laura would have been at Lulu's bedside? So after she found out, because Lucky came, he told her, because she was working with, I'm guessing, her assistant or whatever. He told her that she was alive. Of course she was alive. Why I keep saying it? Lulu was awake or whatever. Then he showed her the video. He then started to talk to her about, he was asking her if she gave Cyrus permission to act on behalf of the family or whatever. She was like, no, and all this stuff. And I said, well, y'all should have been nipped this in the bud or whatever. She said she had to go handle something at the office. That's what I was going to say. I was like, now, it's one thing when you didn't know that Lulu was awoke. Well, I keep saying that she woke up or whatever. But now you know, you talking about you got to handle something at the office, but I'm assuming it's about Cyrus, because on tomorrow's episode, she's supposed to be talking to him and saying if anything happens to Lulu, then she going to hold him responsible or whatever she's saying or whatever. But y'all was like, why wouldn't you go look for Lulu? But she did put out an alert. Some type of name she said. I never heard that one. Lulu, Rocco, Dante. I thought for sure he was gonna end up telling her about Sam and stuff like that, but he hasn't told her yet. But yeah, she was hugging Rocco and just talking to him, and he was saying, he missed her voice and all this stuff. And I'm glad they shared their little moment. Dante ended up coming in and he sent Rocco somewhere. I thought he was finna get ready to tell her something. That's why he sent Rocco. But he just told her, how she got in the hospital, about Cyrus actually being her uncle. Cause she was like, she heard him tell the nurses or whatever that he was her uncle. She said, my poor mama, my poor mother. But I'm ready to see in regards to that storyline. I'm ready to see if she has more memories or whatever about Cyrus. If she starts to remember more, because it's the reason why he's sticking around. It's the reason why he tried to ship her off to South Carolina. I don't think he changed at all, to be honest. And then I feel like when they showed the preview for tomorrow's episode, and I think Laura was talking to him or whatever, he had this look on his face, and it wasn't like how he been looking and I'm so innocent and I'm changed and I'm doing the Lord's work and all this other extra stuff he be doing. But yeah, I said I want to see what he's been up to. What has he done? If he unplugged her machine, more than likely he did. If he unplugged her machine, why did he do that? Why was he trying to send her to South Carolina? Was he the one that injected Sam? Also, it's something else that happened. What else happened? Y'all know how they be doing switcheroos or whatever, and they'll say the baby got switched and all that stuff. Do y'all think down the line they're gonna say that Christina and TJ's baby is actually alive? That the baby got switched or what? Like, what else happened? What did Cyrus do? What has he been doing this entire time? What has he been up to this entire time? But yeah, that's it. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, do the tag girl. Rest of the day and be safe.